My first reaction when I was told there was going to be this Hellraiser video game, to be absolutely honest, was, at last. What kept you?
I would describe our game as a discomforting and dark story about people with inner voids. It's like a mix between violence and action, all wrapped in leather, flesh and chains. We're making our game for players who are into these kind of psychological horror experiences, but also for die-hard Hellraiser fans who want to get immersed into this world for the first time.
So the protagonist of Hellraiser Revival is this guy called Aiden. He's a troubled guy, had various addictions in his life, and the most recent of which is that he's completely infatuated with his girlfriend Sunny. They use the configuration together and she's ceremoniously kind of torn to shreds. So from that point onwards, he's trying to survive, make some kind of deal with the Cenobites to get out of this whole situation alive, but maybe also to have Sunny back. He was modeled pretty closely on Julia from the original movie and from the novella. They both share a kind of infatuation, a sort of like wretchedness that makes them need more from life.
When drawing a line on pushing the boundaries of sexuality and violence, it was like a no-brainer creatively, because Hellraiser as a franchise deserves to be really explicit and really violent.
This game has a lot of sexual explicit stuff and a lot of gore and a lot of violence. So modeling things for this type of game was a challenge, especially to people who are maybe sensitive to things like that. You know, we had to look at references. So we were very careful what we were looking online and where we were looking at online. But in the end, we are all artists, so we look at our subject in a different eye. So something that's maybe sexual or very disturbing to others, to us it's just a subject. We have to bring out the theme, we have to invoke a feeling, so we kind of, detach from it or look at it from a different perspective than like a regular person would. If you shown some of the stuff that we did to my parents, I think they would be probably, very shocked. And I was like, but this is, normal, this is every day for me.
People who are sensitive to mature content should be definitely wary of playing our game. It's not for the faint of heart. It's a truly visceral and discomforting experience, and we did not hold back.
If you want simple ideas, don't go to Clive Barker, because you're not going to get them.
He made certain that we understood the soul of the work, the soul of Hellraiser. He made sure that we understood that. From that point on, he was pretty nurturing. Any decision that we made, as long as we held that soul of Hellraiser in our hearts as we made it, he was supportive of, and he trusted us as people who knew games to translate that soul into this medium.
Clive is an imaginative powerhouse. His head is a restless place of constant invention. If I had to summarize him, then I would, without any hesitation, call him a genius and a friend. And to know that we are very nearly 40 years from when we shot Hellraiser, and to know that Clive has been involved and had a lot of input into this game, and to be part of it again myself, is strange. And how could I have ever expected that when we were shooting Hellraiser at Cricklewood Production Village 40 years ago? It's remarkable and it's wonderful.
One of the key concepts that we wanted to incorporate into our game was that duality and contrast between the teams. So like this famous sentence, angels to some and demons to others, which always resonated in my mind whenever I was making decisions. It's all like in the eye of the beholder. For us, it was like it can be macabre or it can be beautiful. The contrast between, opposing things was very important to bring out in the game.
The design goals that we set for ourselves when it comes to violence and gore is getting to the feeling of discomfort in our players. We wanted to feel discomfort while watching these gruesome scenes, but never to be gratuitous in a way, never to do violence for violence sake or sexuality for sexuality's sake. but to take it very seriously and to just honor the storytelling. It's all in service of the story. And Clive Barker, his stories never backed down from being violent or having these sexual themes, and we wanted to honor that.
Okay, so when I saw the fan reacting to the announcement of our game, I basically did the most Hellraiser thing you can imagine. I cried.
We know that we have a dedicated core fan base of the franchise, but seeing how big that fan base is how much they actually like and approve what we're doing, just give us so much more, motivation to keep going what we're doing and make a great game.
We didn't really know for sure whether the world wanted a Hellraiser game like what we were making. And when they reacted to the announcement of the type of game that we were making, that this was a proper single-player premium survival horror experience, and that was exactly what they'd been wanting and kind of lacking, 99 out of 100 comments or reactions or whatever that we got on the internet were just like beaming positivity.
It was like such an outburst of emotions because in game dev cycles you develop a game for 2, 3, 5 years sometimes, and you work in a really closed environment with your colleagues, and there is no external recognition of that, right? And then at some point it gets validated with such positive response from the audience, and that made me really emotional, right? And then also the whole team, I'm really proud of them for achieving that. That's like a really huge milestone for us as a studio.
Fans are going to be scared, and they are going to have a great time being scared, which is exactly how things should work in the wonderful world of horror.